Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news, breaking news. Demetrius Andrade, the former two-division world champion, is eyeing to fight Diego Pacheco. As we all know, Diego Pacheco is one of the phenom in the super middleweight division. He's going to be fighting this Saturday versus Sulecki. Sulecki, whose last defeat was against Demetrius Andrade. And Diego Pacheco said in the post-fight interview of his last fight that he would like to face a top 10 fighter. Well, Demetrius Boo Andrade is a top 10 fighter in the super middleweight division. I think is a better opponent than Sulecki. I think is a step up after the Sulecki fight. I'm predicting that Pacheco is going to beat Sulecki. He's a good veteran. You feel me? The only two losses that Sulecki had was against Daniel Jacobs and Demetrius Andrade. So I expect Pacheco to keep on elevating and come up with the victory. But then I would like him to answer the call of Demetrius Andrade. As we all know, Demetrius Andrade last lost to David Benavidez. David Benavidez is an enigma in the super middleweight division. As we all know, he just moved up. And I believe he moved up to his actual weight class. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there that was writing off Demetrius Andrade after the David Benavidez fight. But let's be honest, David Benavidez is an enigma. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is not another David Benavidez in the super middleweight division. So I think that Demetrius Andrade is going to go back to the drawing board, going to go back to the and going to go back to training, and hopefully get this fight with Pacheco probably early next year. He's looking to get back in the ring in January. Maybe if Pacheco ends this quick, you know what I'm saying, they could stretch this thing out and fight in December. But I feel like it could be a good fight in January and stuff like that. It'd be a quick turnaround. And I think it'll be a good matchup and it'll really be a good test for Diego Pacheco. Diego Pacheco, look, and I think that they should even feel more comfortable in fighting Demetrius Andrade because Jose Benavidez Sr., he's going into a camp in preparations for Demetrius Andrade. So I think that, you know what I'm saying, it will be an easier way to study. You know, it's a familiar textbook. So I think that, you know, they could go back into the tapes and films and probably come up with a game plan that could, you know, compete or could beat Demetrius Andrade. I think it will be a hell of a matchup. I think it probably could be a 50-50 fight depending on how Diego Pacheco is going to look in his next fight this Saturday versus Sulecki. Of course, this is a fight they're going to gauge it. Because, of course, Sulecki did lose to Demetrius Andrade. So, at the end of the day, it still looked good for a possible matchup for Demetrius Andrade and Diego Pacheco. Demetrius Andrade is familiar working with matchroom boxing. It was a good experience working with matchroom boxing. They just couldn't get him to fight the Canelo Alvarez fight or the Triple G fight. But they didn't want to fight with Demetrius Andrade. So, Demetrius Andrade only got one loss. You know, people acting like he got like 5 losses. He only got one loss, and it was versus David Benavidez, in which he dared to be great. And he just moved up that same year. He just moved up last year to the super middleweight division. I think that a third training camp as a super middleweight, I think is going to play good dividends for upcoming matchup with Diego Pacheco. Diego Pacheco is a big guy, but he's not as big as David Benavidez. Pause. Let me know what you think about the matchup. Demetrius Andrade probably gonna go to the fight and see Diego Pacheco and scout him, but that's one of the primary fight that he wants. They done business together. The Andrade team and the Benavidez team did good business, pay-per-view, and things of that nature. I don't think that fight will be pay-per-view, but I think it'll be a good fight and a good event. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know who y'all pick. Let me know y'all breakdown. Put it in the comment section. Y'all already know y'all tuned into Punch Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. And forgive me for how my voice is right now. I'm under the weather. Kind of sick. Sorry I haven't been putting out constant content. But, you know what I'm saying, when I get a little bit better, we back at it. Y'all already know. Love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.